long this one's gonna be. But we're gonna find out. Where y'all at? Everybody sleep? I know we got some night owls. Tic Tac. Shout out Jeffrey Guy, man. Moderator, holding it down. Aaron says, let's get it. What the fuck? Can you guys hear me? We have some technical difficulty. Ego Army, gang gang, you know, Ego Mafia. We are the mob, money on top of boxing. Let's get it, let's go. What up, David? Carleon. Yeah, YouTube is tripping. Okay, so we got some people. I don't know what's going on with YouTube. First it said the audio and video was shot or something. Is there a delay for anybody? New media, we up in here. Thank y'all all for the support, man. This has been great. 2018, we're gonna make this a fun ride. I can already feel it. Who doesn't have a picture? Y'all can't see? Do y'all see a picture? Like, can y'all see me? Someone said that they only getting audio. See, the fans can't wait. Julio says he want to do the roll call. Let's get it. City, state, zip. Yeah, you might have to leave and come right back if you don't get a video. If y'all can't see, leave this chat and then come right back. Detroit, where y'all at? City, state, zip, let's go. Dodge City, Kansas. Vista, Cali. That's it. Baton Rouge. Memphis, Tennessee. Harrisburg. Bakersfield, California. Chicago. Funkytown, Texas. North Philly. Boston. Yonkers. Springfield, Mass. Tucson, Arizona. Listen. People are saying they can't see the live stream. Shout out to Frisco, my backyard, New Haven, Connecticut. If you cannot see the stream, leave the stream, X out of it, and then come right back. I'll still be here. I don't know how long I'm gonna go, but I'll still be here in the next 5 minutes. Ohio, Bean City, East Flatbush, Manila, Philippines, Brooklyn, Austin, Rosarito, Baja, Cali, Mexico. Let's get it, man. I loved your last video on Easter Jr. versus Mikey Garcia. Milwaukee, Baltimore. We all up in here. We'll do another roll call at the end. Cincinnati, stand up. Much love, Ego Army, all the boxing fans. Leesburg, Florida, Tucson, Augusta, Georgia. Let's jump right into the two main topics I wanted to talk about in this video, which is, man, we gotta get rid of some of these fans. Like, we gotta outnumber them and push them out. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, we could do a hot seat on this topic. It's whatever. The hot seat's getting infamous because I hear the chatter and people sending me screenshots and, oh, if Ego doesn't like your opinion, he's gonna block you. Listen, that's how you know when it's cracking, because people that don't even like you talk about you. They're forced to talk about you. If you don't like me, why watch? Listen, all the other YouTube channels, I don't give a fuck who you block. How's that affect me? How's that putting any money in my paycheck? But you care who I'm blocking. And like I said, real recognize real, Ego Army. We're not just out here blocking everybody like innocent, hitting old ladies over the head. You know what I'm saying? But we will restore the feeling back into boxing. All you gotta do is justify what you say. Like Jay-Z said, justify my thug. Justify the stuff you say in the comment section. Ego Valley got people with 100 views talking down. That's what I'm saying, man. You already know it is. I told y'all, don't Don't send me shit. Don't tell me about the next person. If they got 100,000 subscribers or more, they say I buy subscribers. Cool, run with that. I don't know why YouTube would reward me by giving me a verified account, which is something not many people in this boxing game have. But whatever. Unless they got 100,000 and they popping, they covering fighting, like don't tell me about that. But anyway, Mikey Garcia, Robert Easter Jr. Great fight, but we gotta eradicate some of these fans. I'm a big fan of Robert Easter and a big fan of Mikey Garcia. Check my whole channel. I've always showed love to both fighters. You know what I mean? Yes, every fighter has flaws for the most part. You know what I'm saying? Robert Easter, for me, I think he doesn't fight tall, and he is tall. He's extremely tall for his division. So that's one thing. Mikey Garcia, he does a lot of things well, but he's not really athletic like Canelo, you know what I'm saying? Like where he's just crazy quick and stuff like that. So, you know what I mean? Every fighter has flaws. But at the end of the day, listen, I'm talking boxing. Y'all care more about what I'm drinking than talking boxing. Shows what type of fan you are. So, hey man, is that tap water, man? Why do you care? We're talking boxing. Why do you care what version of water? If I'm drinking distilled water, Alhambra water, like, why do you care? Anyway, I like the fight. Mikey Garcia, Robert Easter Jr. Good fight. But we got to get rid of some of these fans, or just outnumber them, because you know it's like Walking Dead or something. Walkers, right? You're not going to be able to get rid of all the zombies. That's what these casuals are. You can't get rid of them totally, but we can outnumber them, have our own, you know what I mean, safe zones or whatever, where we can really talk about boxing. But listen, I made a video about what Robert Easter Jr. said in response to what Mikey Garcia said as to why they didn't fight. Now, just to paraphrase, Easter says, basically, Mikey Garcia is making excuses. He's making excuses, lame excuses. That's his choice words. He says Mikey Garcia is making lame excuses about, oh, he don't have no fan base, he don't sell, the money. He said, I'm just trying to scrap. That I'm just paraphrasing. He basically said, I'm just trying to scrap. I don't care about all that extra stuff and this. And he said, I do have a fan base. In my video, I gave my honest thoughts. And the only thing I heard Mikey Garcia say about the Easter Jr. fight not happening was about money. But Easter Jr. says he heard him say that he don't have no fan base. We gotta get past these dumb, trivial, like, talking points for fighters to avoid, or for fans to avoid great fights from happening. Mikey said Easter Jr. don't have a big name on Dante's Boxing Nation. Listen, shout out to Dante's Boxing Nation. Check this out though. I'm gonna tell y'all like this. It's very simple. Listen, hold on. Y'all gotta hype me up. If y'all want this real gospel, can I get a hell yeah? If y'all want me to break down the game, and I've just declared, and you can check my track record, I've actually covered more Mikey Garcia fights than I have Robert Easter fights. You know what I'm saying? I told you I like and respect both of the fighters, but I call it how I see it. And if y'all want me to break this game down, Sweet Science style, Boxing Ego, New Media, Gang Gang, We Are the Mob style, can I get a hell yeah? And I'm gonna break down that theory about Robert Easter don't have a big name. So just a few more. Listen, one, the fans aren't stupid. We as fans, we are the consumer. We know what we will and won't pay for. Like the other fight you see on this title, Manny Pacquiao versus Mike Alvarado. Mark my words, that shit better be on ESPN. And I heard they're doing the ESPN pay-per-view this year, right? I would not pay for that. Straight up. You can say, oh, you make money in boxing, why won't you support? I'm not paying for it. If Pacquiao fights Mike Alvarado on ESPN pay-per-view, I will not pay for that. You know what I mean? I'm not saying I won't watch it because it's my job, but trust me, however I watch it, take it how you want. It won't be paid for by me. Whether I have to go to my friend's house, Buffalo Wild Wings, or whatever, I'm not paying for that. So fast forward to Mikey Garcia, Robert Easter. We know as fans what's a good fight, what's a bogus fight. Where can I donate? I got a Venmo, got Patreon. If you're on your phone and you see a $sign, then you can donate through Super Chat. If not, you have to do like PayPal, Venmo, or whatever for single one-time donations. So when fighters say this, it's like you're almost insulting the intelligence of the fans. Like Keith Thurman's admitting that he knows people want to see Errol Spence Jr. fight. Super Chat, you just have to see a $sign. If you're on an iPhone, you probably don't have the option. I think it's only Android. Like Keith Thurman, he knows people want to see the Errol Spence. I'm sure they're in his comment section and things like that. You know what I mean? AJ knows people want to see the Wilder fight. You know what I mean? Mikey Garcia knows that Robert Easter is a good fight, right? So it's just, it kind of insults the intelligence of fans when the fighters come up with all the, oh, he's boring, he don't sell, this, that, and the third. Because I'm a fan, a diehard fan that puts money into this sport. Like all these trips, you know what I mean? This shit is not free. You know what I'm saying? This is not free. I spend a lot of money, and I don't work for ESPN and they got a budget for me to travel. This is all independent hustle plus muscle. Yeah, I did the math, you know what I'm saying? So this comes out of my pocket. And I gotta claim shit on taxes on a 1099. You know what I mean? Expenses and save receipts and all types of stuff. Itemized shit. So bottom line, fans know what's a good fight, right? That's one. Even more, here's a stronger point. When fighters or trainers or promoters use a certain, see, this is what I do. I can't speak for what other people do, but what I do on this new media side is this. What I do is I'm willing to look at your side. See, that's funny to me, because ever since this hot seat came about, people say, oh, if he disagrees with you, he's gonna block you. It's not about that. But if I disagree with you and you can't explain why I should agree with you, then you might get blocked. You know what I mean? But I'm willing to listen to the other side of the argument, right? Listen to the other side of the argument and then apply it and put myself in those shoes to see if it makes sense for me. But most of the time, you see the hot seats. You know what I'm saying? You see what happened. The dude said whatever he was saying about Lomachenko and Mikey, whatever hot seat dude yesterday. And then he was like, you're buying fake subs. So you're supposed to be telling me about Mikey and Loma, and you lying, bringing up stupid shit. You know what I'm saying? So help me to understand that, right? Now, as it pertains to Robert Easter Jr., that's his brother, Robert Easter Jr. and Mikey Garcia, check this. If he's saying that Robert Easter Jr. doesn't put asses in the seats, ain't a big name, and he's not a draw, cool. I can accept that as your reason, right? But the reason when trainers and fighters and different people, fans, when they start doing this, the reason it comes back to haunt them is because people like me, I put myself in that space of thinking. Okay, you don't want to fight Robert Easter because there's more, you'd rather fight Lomachenko or Jorge Linares or something, and they're bigger names. And they have, you know what I mean, pedigree or a belt. So I'm like, okay, cool, fine. But then where it always comes back to bite the casual, we got to get the likes up. We got almost 150 people in here, and we only have 52 likes. Do me a solid. If you like this live stream shit and just these impromptu live streams, smash the like button. Takes a few seconds. You can listen after that, drop your comments after that. But listen, I always listen to the other side of the argument and then see if it makes sense. And you can't chump Robert Easter and say, oh, it doesn't make sense to fight him, but you're a champion in that division, and Robert Easter is a champion in that division also. And then on top of that, it'd be one thing if you got the Cotto fight or you got a Pacquiao fight and you say, oh, we chose Pacquiao because Robert Easter Jr., he in the grand scheme of things, who wouldn't want a Pacquiao payday? But you're fighting Sergey Lipinets. So immediately that excuse or that rationale of thinking is out the window. You can't say Robert Easter Jr. don't put asses in the seats. What type of asses in the seats does Sergey Lipinets put? Lipton tea or whatever his name is. What type of seats is he like? You know what I mean? Where's his pay-per-view market and fan base? You know, like Floyd said, I barely even know who the fuck you are. I barely even know about Sergey Lipinets. You know what I mean? And I was at his last fight, and truth be told, people talking about Easter, he lost to Shafikov even though they gave him the win. Shit, that Sergey Lipinets' last fight for a vacant title, I'm not sure that he won that, and I was there. Murder, She Wrote. If you don't want to be in the hot seat, then you might want to stop making excuses. He has a belt at 140 though. Okay, so Robert Easter has a belt at 135, where Mikey Garcia has a belt. So guess what, Poindexter? Then that would be a unification at 135, where the winner would get 2 belts instead of the winner just gets Sergey Lipinets' IBF belt. So what are you really saying? I mean, if you want to go in a hot seat, we could have at it. But you making excuses. We're not doing that. New media. You talk, oh, but Sergey Lipinets has a belt. Yeah, he does have a belt at 140. But so does Easter Jr. And so does Mikey Garcia at 135. He says, I know, I'm just saying Mikey might want to get all the belts at 140 since Crawford isn't there anymore. No, see, listen. If you want to step in the hot seat, you can. You're arguing with a motherfucker or debating or whatever this is with a motherfucker who follows the sport intently. I got big eyes for a reason. I see all of this stuff. Robert Garcia said they have every intention of not staying at 140. So if you want to keep making these excuses, then I can start burning you in the hot seat and proving you wrong. They said they wanted to go back to lightweight. That's why they even said we'll come back to lightweight to fight Mikey Garcia. They have an opportunity to fight Sergey Lipinets. And see, listen, I'm fair. I have no problem with him fighting. I actually think it's commendable that he's being flexible with his weight. Ever since he had that top rank long layoff, he's been at it. You know what I'm saying? Fighting good level opposition, fighting Broner, 90% knockout artist, and Dejan Zlaticanin, tune-up fight. So I like that he's being flexible with his weight. The only problem I have is the inconsistent argument. If you're gonna say Robert Easter don't have no fan base, you're fighting Sergey Lipinets. Where's his fan base? They did the same thing with Golovkin. Erislandy Lara was on his ass pressing him, like, I want to fight, I'll come up to 160. They say, oh, Abel Sanchez said, why should we fight Erislandy Lara? He's boring, he doesn't have a fan base. Okay, I'll use that logic. But what about Willie Monroe's fan base? You know what I'm saying? And notoriety. Are we really going to say that Willie Monroe at the time he fought Golovkin had more high-profile fights than Lara, who had been in there with Angulo, Paul Williams, and got robbed, been in there with Canelo? You know what I'm saying? So this is how they get sliced up, because they don't think that the people, the fans or trainers or fighters, they don't think the argument straight through. They say it on the fly, and it don't make sense. So you're better off. And then speaking of the DBN interview, Mikey Garcia said that might be one of the toughest fights at lightweight. So he's already acknowledged, and he said, yeah, I don't know, Robert Easter's height and reach and this and that. So you've already acknowledged that your opponent is tough. So that's why it's not, that part doesn't register. Again, I don't have a problem with Mikey fighting Lipinets. The problem I have is the inconsistent statement. You know what I'm saying? Don't say he don't have no fan base, but you're fighting a guy with a lesser fan base in America. Sergey Lipinets, where's Sergey? Was he from Russia? I forgot. I don't know much about him. I think he's from Russia though. So that don't make sense. But wait, Ego, what is Mikey gonna do with that 140-pound belt if he gets it, since he doesn't plan on staying there? Listen, if you want to keep responding in the fashion like you're challenging me, there's a great way to challenge me, and it's called the hot seat. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna keep asking these questions and want me to direct the whole stream to answering your questions. Fine, we can do that, but the process is called the hot seat. No, bro, I'm just asking. Well, I'm not Mikey Garcia or Robert Garcia. I don't know what they're gonna do at 140. All I know is what I've seen with the interviews. They said they plan on going to 140. Robert Garcia also said he doesn't want his brother to go past 140. Like he don't really want him to go to 147. These are statements from Team Garcia. So I don't know what they're gonna do with the belt. You know what I'm saying? He might want to do it just to achieve history because in modern history, Juan Manuel Marquez and Pacquiao are the only other people that conquered those same weight classes. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. You have to ask the Garcias what they plan on doing. But back to what I was saying, you can't chump Robert Easter and say see this. Remember I talked about the excuses rule book that fans use and shit. Chapter 1, say he's a runner. Chapter 2, say he's boring. Chapter 3, say he doesn't put asses in the seats. Chapter 5, who's he beat? You know what I'm saying? Even though he's my mandatory or something like that. You know what I mean? And then they try to find one chapter, throw some shit on the wall till it sticks. That doesn't work with real boxing fans because we look at everything being said. Yo, we got to get it to 100. Real talk, we got to get over 100 likes because I see the engagement in the comment section, but the likes just keep stopping, and that's part of what keeps this afloat. So, you know what I mean? That's the only thing I hate. I mean, and like I said, Mikey Garcia admitted Robert Easter is a tough fight. And see, this is the thing. Don't get it twisted. Don't get it twisted. See, this is what I deal with all the time because I'm a real motherfucker in this boxing game, and this boxing game don't have, at least from what I've seen, don't have a lot of real people. You know what I'm saying? But the whole thing is this. I call each situation how I see it on a case-by-case basis. I have no problem with Lomachenko fighting Mikey Garcia. You know what I mean? So people will say, oh, you're on Mikey Garcia's side. But now that I'm saying something like, hey, I want to see, oh, you're on Robert Easter's side. It doesn't work like that. It's a case-by-case basis, and I call it how I see it. And again, we have a hot seat. If you disagree, step up. And we could hash it out, see who has the better argument, things of that sort. You know what I mean? But, yeah, so, and this is the other thing, too. People, when I say stuff like this, they start assuming that I'm picking Robert Easter because that's who they think I'm siding with. You know what I mean? But that's not even the case. I don't know who will win. I really haven't even thought that. I'm just saying I want to see it. You know what I mean? Mikey Garcia has a shot to beat Robert Easter because he likes to fight on the inside, and Mikey's methodical, and he can switch stuff up, ring IQ, good power at 35, etc. You know what I'm saying? And Richard Comey and other power punchers like Denis Shafikov, maybe lesser ring IQ than Mikey. They got shots off. I mean, Comey even got credited a knockdown. They both did. So it's not even about a fight prediction. Mikey might win, Robert might win. I don't know. But I know it's a good fight that I would like to see. You know what I mean? Robert Easter's a good fighter. So that's what I'm saying. People always get in their feelings and get in their bag. Oh, ego. You always side with the black fight. This thing, I'm not siding with shit. I'm just saying I want to see the fight. So, I mean, the whole situation. Like I said, I didn't personally hear Mikey Garcia say the thing, but a lot of you guys in the comment section are saying he said it on Dante's Boxing Nation. He said, oh, he's not a big draw and a big name. And to me, I mean, no one at lightweight is really. I mean, you were willing to fight Terry Flanagan. He ain't no fucking big name. And he don't even have a belt anymore, if I'm not mistaken. Jorge Linares, he's not a huge name. And he's been stopped before. Robert Easter never been stopped. You know what I'm saying? So, I'm not really content with that excuse or that line of thinking. It doesn't make sense to me. Unless you're going to fight like Lomachenko, who's been getting all the publicity in the world or some shit. You know what I mean? Because then you can make an argument, okay, the amount of push and pound for pound #1 that ESPN put him in, you can make an argument that Lomachenko's, right now, his brand is bigger than Robert Easter. Cool. You know what I'm saying? Or even, I can understand Mikey fighting Broner over Robert Easter because Broner is the bigger name. But you can't say Robert Easter don't put ass in the seat and then fight Sergey Lipinets. Like I said, Golovkin, Erislandy Lara was pushing him and pressing him. Hey, I'll come up to 160 fight you. And then Abel was saying something like, why should we fight him? He's not a big name. But you fought Willie Monroe. You fought Adama. You know what I mean? Where's his name? Where's his fan base? Shit like that don't add up when these fighters keep doing that. Or trainers or whoever, promoters. All right, now see this new media. We gonna catch a body together. Okay, his name is Tonio Selic. He says Sergey Lipinets is one of those hard puncher fighters, and Mikey wants to garner more Mexican fans so he can eventually be a big money fighter. Now I know you're just making up shit. See, this is what I'm saying. When you look at the fan excuse book, you go to whatever chapter you think applies. And the great thing about Robert Easter, you know what I mean? It might be good to say gift and a curse or whatever, is he fights dangerously and he fights in action style. So that's how I know you're full of shit, because it'd be one thing if we're talking about Mikey versus a super technical, like, you know what I mean, Miguel Vasquez or something. We're talking about Robert Easter, who fights in action style. So you're tripping. You're tripping talking about, oh, he wants to fight Lipinets because he's a hard puncher. Robert Easter's a hard puncher, and he has a belt too. So they both got belts. They're both hard punchers. Easter, in my opinion, is more known in America than Sergey Lipinets, right? So what are you really saying? Your turn, hot seat. Let's go. See, this is what they do. They just make shit up. They just make shit. Oh yeah, like Mikey, he's trying to appeal to the Mexican fan base by fighting a hard puncher. So Robert Easter's not a hard puncher? He's not an entertaining action fighter? Like, you just made that up totally. It'd be, like I said, it'd be one thing if we're talking about if Robert Easter fought, like, you know what I mean, super, like Edeslani Lara or something, and you were like, oh, he wants to fight the action styles. They both have an action style. So we're waiting on you. It's not a fan excuse book. I think Mikey will eventually fight Crawford, but he wants to build it into a big fight. Once again, you didn't answer any of my questions. His brother just did a recent interview, says he doesn't want his brother. Robert Garcia said he doesn't want Mikey to go over 140. Crawford, we all know, is moving up to 147. So you bringing up Crawford is irrelevant, especially with Robert Garcia just saying he don't want his brother to move past 140 really in the near future or whatever. So when are you gonna answer my question? When are we gonna get to that point? Strike one. Hot seat. Come on, Tonio. Come on, Tonio. Get this body, Tonio. Where he at? See, they make up stuff that has not even been said by the camp. They just something they made up. The fan. Because that's what they want to believe. Oh, I told you I'm Ego Ali in these hot seats. I'm ready to back up every word I'm saying. One day ago, Robert Garcia doesn't want Mikey Garcia fighting higher than 140. So, like I said, that's your strike one. One day ago, so it's a fresh new article for you. Robert Garcia, the trainer and brother and family member, La Familia, doesn't want Mikey Garcia fighting higher than 140. With that being said, Crawford's not at 140. We all know he's moving up to 47. It's been well documented. So what are you talking about with this whole Crawford thing? What were you saying before Mikey fought Broner? See, listen, you notice how they ask me questions, but they won't even answer any of my questions? Do you guys see the recurring theme? Oh, my internet's broke. Sorry, I'm driving. Let me ask him a question. Why can you not answer my question? Why can't you answer my question? And then I can answer whatever you want me to. If you make it past my question, then I can answer whatever you want me to. But that's how they try to deflect and distract you and confuse you. Like Tupac said, like the Judas did to Jesus, they're only here to cause distractions. What were you saying though? The same shit. When are you gonna answer my question? Can we get to that part? when can we get to the point where I ask a very solid question, and then I just responded to one of your other statements about, you said something about Mikey wants to build up to pay-per-view to fight Crawford, and I just showed you the article from 1 day ago, right? From 1 day ago where, hold on, in case they didn't. Robert Garcia doesn't want Mikey Garcia fighting higher than 140. That's a rebuttal to something you said. So how's he gonna fight Crawford if Crawford's moving to 147 and his own brother / trainer, La Familia, doesn't want him to fight over 140 pounds? So what are you talking about? He wants to build up a Crawford pay-per-view fight. That's a direct rebuttal to you. And you still didn't answer my first question. Hey, man, it's tough in this hot seat. Tonio, where you at? Can you answer my question, though? All right, his original statement, for people just tuning in, his original statement. Oh my gosh, Chris Espinoza, I promise you, you getting bodied next. If you don't duck, you getting bodied. Book it. But okay, this is what I'm talking about with the man fan shit. This is the thing what I'm talking about with the man fan. I'm gonna show you another man fan. So first, dude, hold on. Let's get Tonio out of here, because we got another person. Everybody remember the name Chris I think it's Chris Espinoza. Okay, remember that name. The dude Tonio, see, I'm getting the names down. He said that Mikey Garcia is picking Sergey Lipinets because he's a hard puncher, right? And Mikey Garcia wants to fight a hard puncher, right, to gain and garner more Mexican fans. That's what he said. But I said, hey, but wait. Robert Easter Jr. is a hard puncher in his division. He's undefeated, and he's an action-style fighter. In fact, in my opinion, I think using his height, he's foolish not to box more, but he likes that inside phone booth. So my question is, how could you choose a guy who's not from America, who has a lesser name than Robert Easter Jr., and then say you want it because you want to garner Mexican fans? You would get Mexican fans fighting a guy like Robert Easter, who has an action style and power and has a bigger name in America. So my question is, what are you talking about? What's the difference? Sergey Lipinets hard puncher, yes, at 140, but so is my Robert Easter at 135. Okay, now he says Easter is a good fighter, but it's not a convenient fight for Mikey right now. You ain't the one in there exchanging blows. Why don't you become Mikey's promoter and pick his fights for him? Wow. So if that is not somebody conceding in the hot seat, I don't know what is. Now he's talking about, I need to be Mikey's promoter and I'm not the one taking the blows. What the fuck are you even talking about? You talking about the Lipinets fight. You're not the one taking the blows either for Mikey in the Lipinets fight. So what are you really saying? Let's vote. This dude got no smoke. Stop telling me, listen, y'all keep, stop feeding the trolls. Stop watching the stream, because we do what we do. The fans like it. This is entertainment. And if you don't like it, then don't be here. But anyway, that, to me, that you just admitted to an L, Tonio, right? Because you talking about, why don't you become Mikey's promoter? What is me being Mikey's promoter? How does that answer the question? You know what I'm saying? Once again, they can't answer the question. They got to change the subject. Talking about, Lipinets is an easier way to get a bigger fan base. He don't move as well as Easter. So you're basically saying Mikey Garcia, even though they're both action fights, he should take the easier fight, the less proven Sergey Lipinets. That's what you're basically saying. Get this boy out of here. Moderators, shooters, bow. Tonio's making excuses. So now you just proved it. You're a man fan. It's not about the caliber of the fight. It's not about unifying. It's simply about the fact that you want him to take an action fight that he's more guaranteed to win. That's basically what you're saying. Because you said, he doesn't move as well as Robert Easter. I mean, well, shit. That's just a puzzle that the opponent has to figure out. What about the fans? You know what I'm saying? So the fans aren't entitled to see tough fight. Listen, so Deontay Wilder, using Deontay Wilder's logic, or using this Tonio's logic, Deontay Wilder is about to go in there with Luis Ortiz, 95% sure, who can move, who has power, who's a big size heavyweight, 6'4", right? So you're saying he should just go in there and fight Amir Mansour because he's a hard puncher, but he doesn't move as well as Luis Ortiz, and he was in jail, so you know what I'm saying? He's not as fluid. Ortiz is definitely a threat. You see, now we're getting somewhere. They're proving my point. They're proving my point. They're man fans. They're fan of another man, and you don't care about boxing. You don't care about the sport. And see, this is the thing. I'm a fan of Robert Easter, and I'm a fan of Mikey Garcia. So the thing is, I would love to see it, so we would get so we get an outcome, and we could give whoever the winner is a ton of credit. And that's not guaranteed to be Robert Easter, and it's not guaranteed to be Mikey Garcia. Hence why real boxing fans probably would like to see that fight. But only the man fans that just have this bias and want to protect a fighter, they're the ones that, oh, he should fight Sergey Lipinets because he's a power puncher, but he doesn't move well. So you'd rather see Mikey. So you're basically saying you want to see Mikey in there with the easier of the challenge. Crazy. Now, Chris Espinosa, I told you I was coming back for you. He says, why is Boxing Ego such a Mikey Garcia hater? You got one response, because I know you're probably going to duck it and waste people's time. So how on earth am I a Mikey Garcia hater now? This, like I said, they say it's like when a couple breaks up. You know what I mean? It's like when a couple breaks up, and then, like, let's say the girl's depressed and they just start eating like junk food and Pazookies and bonbons and shit. They just say it. It's like comfort food. It makes them feel better to just say it. Oh, Ego, you fucking hate Mikey. Fuck, I hate Mikey. I was doing interviews with Mikey when he barely became a champion, but now I hate him because I want to see him in a good fight. Y'all motherfuckers is crazy. Chris Espinosa, where are you at? You got one response. Since listen. This is why it's so raw to see this uncut shit, this real shit, this that cocaina, that raw, that puro, right? And this is why it's so raw to see. Do you notice how every time I have an opinion, even if the opinions conflict and it has the same fighter, 1 minute you guys say I'm a Mikey Garcia dick rider because I want to see him fight Lomachenko, but as soon as the conversation switches to Mikey Garcia being in another tough fight that I would love to see with Robert Easter Jr., you say I'm a Mikey Garcia hater. This is why you guys can't fuck with me, because I'm keeping it a buck and y'all know it. So the best thing you can do, oh, you're racist and you only like this fighter or this fighter, but you can't do that with me because this is YouTube. Everything's on tape. Like I said, when I'm pushing for another great fight, Lomachenko and Mikey Garcia, y'all was saying I was a Mikey Garcia dick rider and I hate Lomachenko. Now, 2 days later, because I'm also down to see a unification at lightweight, Lomachenko's not technically at 35, but now all of a sudden I'm a Mikey Garcia hater. So I just hate every fucking body. You know what I mean? When Canelo's fighting Liam Smith, I'm not with that. I didn't really like that. When he's fighting Amir Khan, wasn't really like, spoke my mind. Then when he's fighting Golovkin, I'm like, yeah, I think he could beat Golovkin. 7 reasons. Oh, I went from being a Canelo #1 hater to I'm sucking Canelo's dick and all this other extraordinary homoerotic stuff. Listen, one of my mods, please find, because people keep commenting because it's going to be hard to find him. His name is Chris Espinosa. Get him out of here. He's clearly ducked for, I don't know how long it's been. See, that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm telling you, I'm giving you guys the game. Somebody get Chris Espinosa out of here, please. One of my moderators. But see, this is what I'm talking about. I'm gonna show y'all the epitome of a man fan, a fan of a man. You're not a fan of the sport, because when I'm talking about Keith Thurman should fight Errol Spence Jr., these motherfuckers, Espinosa, Antonio, and all these other people that I'm bodying the hot seat, Gonzalez or whoever these people are, right? All of a sudden, nobody is in the comment section telling me, oh, why you grilling Keith Thurman, or why you trying to push for that fight after he has a tune-up? You know what I mean? When I'm saying Wilder and Joshua, there's no problem there. But when Mikey Garcia is in talks, or there's dialogue for him to take a tough fight, right? Like Robert Easter Jr., then all of a sudden they show up like, oh, you hate Mikey Garcia. You only like black fighters. So I like black fighters, only like black fighters. Why am I pushing for Wilder Joshua, Keith Thurman versus Errol Spence, instead of Keith Thurman versus Pacquiao, who's probably gonna fight Mike Alvarado? This is why it's too easy. They don't think through. They don't think to the final product. And then to be a good, like an artist, you have to, like, you think Picasso, Van Gogh, Michelangelo, do you think they just start painting the Sistine Chapel with no fucking vision of what they want the end result to be? Of course not. But that's what these casuals do. They don't even think through their argument. That's why they always get caught up and crossed up in the end. But when you're being real, when you're being pure, then it just comes out naturally. Yo, is Chris Espinoza out of here? Did any of my mods claim the body? It's just like some Saddam Hussein shit, Bin Laden shit. I gotta see that body. Did any of my mods get him? What moderator got him out of here? So no moderator got him out of here then, because they're the only ones with power to get him. Moderator, did anyone find Chris Espinoza? So he's still lurking amongst us, because no one's claiming him. Oh, see, hey, Eagle Army, if you see Chris Espinoza, see, I went on too long and they weren't able to get him. I should have just called his ass out right then and there. Listen, if Chris Espinoza ever rears his ugly head into the stream, shout out Chris Espinoza, say he's in here or something. Eagle Army, can y'all do me that solid? Because he got to get it. So you better, Chris Espinoza, if you're still watching underneath your bed, shivering, like, ooh, switch your screen name, because you will not be allowed back in here with that same name. And I don't give a fuck if it's the wrong Chris Espinoza. Hey, why'd you block the mosquito dude? He's usually pretty cool. Damn. Hey, I feel like Tommy Lee Jones. We got a fucking fugitive. We got a fugitive from the hot seat. He running from the hot seat. What did Tommy Lee Jones say? He said, I want you to search every in-house, out-house, dog-house, public house, firehouse. We will find Chris Espinoza. Oh, it's an accident? Okay, for sure. Listen, if y'all don't know by now, this shit is fun and this shit is real. I just want to see good fights. And I'm realistic. Again, I have no problem with Mike. Listen, for the record, because I know y'all fucking snitches. Oh, Ego said, fast forward to 44 minutes and 20 seconds, Mikey. Ego, listen, I'm going to say it again. I have no problem with Mikey Garcia fighting Sergey Lipinets at all. I like the fact that he's actually being flexible with his weight. No problem with that fight. I respect Mikey. I think he's a good fighter. However, the only problem I have is Robert Easter Jr. has responded in rebuttal talking about their fight not materializing, at least right now. And then you got fans making excuses and they're talking about, oh yeah, Easter doesn't sell. Here, I'm gonna show y'all. Y'all want some more of this new media boxing ego shit? If so, can I get a hell yeah? And get the likes up. We should be at 150 or better. Get them likes up. And if y'all want some of that real shit, that all eyes on me, can I get a hell yeah? I'm gonna show y'all what it's like on this side, the real side. All right, so the video I did about this, I just really quoted, gave a couple of my thoughts. Look, if y'all see Alan Aranda, tell him I'm checking for him. I got that hot seat queued up. We got the hot seat fired up for him. And look, he got 40 likes on it. Robert Easter just mad because he's getting 100,000 for his fight, and Mikey is getting a cool 4 million. LOL. Once again, I know Ego's Army is real smart. Does that sound like a boxing fan or a man fan? Which one does it sound like to you? So you're like, I don't give a fuck what, like, that's what I'm saying. First of all, if you work retail and you're making 100K a year, if you're making 100K a year, you're doing pretty well for a retail job. You know what I'm saying? You're doing pretty well for yourself. So people are saying, oh, Easter's just mad because he's getting 100K. That's not no little ass amount of money that, you know what I mean, that if you don't you don't have a degree and you just work a basic part-time job, you probably won't make 100K. You know what I mean? At a regular JCPenney's or some shit. So first of all, it's not even that little. Now, obviously, it's nothing compared to 4 million. But again, does that sound like a boxing fan or a man fan? And 40 people liked it. You know what I mean? They could do it. You could like whatever you guys want. But I'm just saying, that doesn't sound like a boxing fan. So you're basically saying, fuck good fights. It should be about money and all this other bullshit. We're gonna get to it. Hold on. Here's my response. See, I told y'all, if it don't say Boxing Ego with that verified check mark, you see, Aranda don't got the check mark. We got the check mark. We work for that. So if you want to know, that's how you know if it's me, when you see that verified shit. I said, or maybe he just wants to fight a named champion like Mikey Garcia to prove himself, which is what dudes like you claim you want in the comment section. Quote, the best versus the best and no cherry picking. But when the fight is a potential, you start talking about money, jealousy, etc. All things not boxing. Hashtag new media. Let me break this down for you. This is what I'm talking about. We're going to expose these band fans. Listen, since its inception, Danny Garcia versus Brandon Rios, I feel I'm in the minority of people who are saying, okay, he's coming off an 11-month layoff. It'll be entertaining, and he's coming off a loss. So cool. I understand it. Right? I understand it. But majority of what I'm seeing and reading, various forums, websites, comment sections, things of that sort, they're like, Danny Garcia is a goddamn cherry picker. Why would he fight Brandon Rios? Shout out to Robert Stewart, $20. He dropped a dub. He says, get him, Ego. I'm going to get him. Shout out to the super chat, $20. I tell y'all the yellow and the orange ones. But anyway, when I'm hearing about this Garcia Rios fight, that's what I'm hearing. They're like, oh, okay, he's a cherry picker. Why didn't he fight Sean Porter? What a cherry pick. So this is what I'm talking about, people. This is the man fans and these shapeshifters. This is what they do. All of a sudden, you no longer care about the best versus the best and who's cherry picking and this and that. When it's a fighter you like, then you're like, haha, Easter's getting 100,000 and Mikey getting 4 million. That's why he's jealous. Haha. Like, what type of fan are you? You know, especially when you ain't seeing the red cent from either dude's purse. Second of all, I don't even know where he got them purses from. You know what I mean? I don't know. Usually purses come out like the week of the fight, like close to the fight. You know what I mean? The Nevada State or New York State Athletic Commission, ESPN, releases them or whatever. So I don't even know where he got that. I ain't heard nothing about Easter getting 100,000 to fight Javier Fortuna. And I ain't heard nothing about Mikey Garcia getting 4 million. But again, I don't care about another man's wallet. I mean, props to him if he is getting that much more. That's what I'm saying. These fake fans, like, this is what they care about. This is where they care about another man's money more than unifications and meaningful money. Shout out to Omar. He said pocket checking. Exactly. You know what I mean? Listen, we gonna keep going. I'm gonna keep exposing this shit so y'all see. Look, Matthew got at him. He said, Alan, how much money you got? You know what I'm saying? You talking about Easter getting 100,000. How much you got? And then look at Edgar Gonzalez. He says, damn, if that's true, then I see why Mikey didn't even bother with bruh. So because Robert Easter, let's say it is true. Let's say he's only getting 100. Listen to what Edgar Gonzalez said, right? This is supposed to be a fan of boxing. He said, damn, if that's true, then I see why Mikey didn't even bother with bruh. So because Robert Easter has gotten lesser purses than Mikey Garcia, then they shouldn't fight? Like, is this real life? You know what I'm saying?
So I responded to Do. I said, so Mikey Garcia shouldn't unify with a fellow champion because of how much money he's making for an undercard fight? Wow. I said, plus, where did this 100,000 purse number come from? I've never heard of any purses being released for a January 20th fight. Usually closer to the fight, purses are revealed. Hashtag new media. Right? Look, this is more of his excuses. Edgar Gonzalez, he says, I said if it's true, from a point of view, Mikey, he shouldn't bother with him, specifically after being on the sideline for so long. Robert Easter is known in the boxing circle, and even there, he ain't popping like that. See, this...
Listen, people, we could do this all day, but you tell me who won. I see them, they run. Okay, so you said Robert Easter is known in the boxing circle, but outside of that, he's not popping. Fine, I will embrace your argument, but you know you done fucked up. You know you done fucked up. The way you could tell you fucked up is to use that argument when Mikey's next opponent is lesser known in boxing circles in Sergey Lipinets. So all that stuff is out the window. Do you see? That's what I'm saying. They don't think long term, very short term with these logics. You know what I'm saying? You can't. Okay, cool. Robert Easter's not a big name, but Sergey Lipinets is. Like, I really follow boxing, and the first time I really started hearing about Sergey Lipinets was he was trying to get in the way of Terrence Crawford and Ndongo fighting, because he was like supposedly the mandatory or some shit for the IBF, and he was like gonna sue or some shit if he didn't get a shot. I didn't really hear about him before that. This is what I'm talking about. Y'all want to see how I did him in the virtual
seat because it wasn't a live stream? I said, you making excuses, so I stopped reading. You talking about Mikey being on the sidelines too long, and he has had 3 fights since that layoff. Andre Ward had similar layoff. His third fight back, he was fighting a champion in a higher weight class, Sergey Kovalev. Easter is in the lower of the 2 divisions that Garcia is competing out of. Hashtag checkmate. He knows he got bodied in the virtual hot seat. Look what he says. Boxing Ego, relax with your defensive ass. I'm not defending Mikey or Easter or nobody. I could care less. See, they always
plead. They are shapeshifter. Their argument, first of all, Robert Easter's not a name. Then I say, what about Lipinets? Then they jump to, oh, why should he fight Easter? He's taking it easy because he had a long layoff. I'm like, hey, Andre Ward, he had very similar legal problems, and he had an injury, so he was out of the ring, and he came back, fought Sullivan Barrera in the new weight class, Sullivan Barrera, then he fought Alexander Brand. His third fight, he was fighting against Sergey Kovalev. So what are you really saying? Mikey's already had 3 fights. And you see, as long as y'all see it, that's all I care about, man. Yes, let's get the likes to 175. If y'all enjoying this stream, this real shit, smash the like button. And like, listen, I even said in my video that if there's, let's say it was a restaurant menu, you know what I mean? Boxing had a restaurant menu, which you can order, right? And someone said, hey, for the Showtime main event, you want Sergey Lipinets and Mikey Garcia or Robert Easter Jr. unifying with Mikey Garcia. I mean, I would really, in my heart of all hearts, I would pick Mikey Garcia versus Robert Easter. So all that other shit is out the window. Take it how you want. It's out the window. And see, listen, the great thing about Robert Easter with his style is he's very tall, he has punching power, and he doesn't fight like, see, they can't do the Rigondeaux, Mayweather, Edeslandi Lara shit, just like Deontay Wilder. You can say sloppy, you can say windmill Wilder, you can say Easter don't use his height, you can say whatever the fuck you want. But what you can't say is that his fights are extremely boring and there's no action, because that's not even his MO. So that's what I'm saying. The book of Eli, cross that Eli off and change it to excuses. So they can't use that chapter with Robert Easter. They can't say, oh, the man is fucking boring. I hate watching his fights. There's no action. There's no power there. There's no combination punching. So they go, oh, he's not a big star. Or, oh, Mikey's trying to come back from his layoff. That layoff, he's been back. What are you talking about? He took a tune-up because he'd been back. And why would you fight Broner at 140 if that layoff had anything to do with anything? That's a risky fight, at least on paper. So these dudes are getting bodied anyway. They slice it, and they know it. And I encourage anybody to step up who disagrees right now, and you could get bodied in this hot seat in front of spectators. Y'all don't want me to put you on that Summer Jam screen. Danny Garcia doesn't fight at 140, so why are we talking about Mikey Garcia and Danny Garcia? Let's, like, see, I don't really do that. Like, there's enough fantasy fights of what coulda, shoulda, what. Let's talk about shit that can realistically happen. Why does Easter fight on the inside? I don't understand. I mean, it's not really for you or me to understand. Different fighters. Why does Broner throw flashy as fuck combinations that look like they hurt and have crazy speed, but he don't let his hands go? You know what I mean? It's just the way he fights. Paul Williams did the same thing. He's a tall ass dude for welterweight, and he in there with Margarito chunking him, throwing a volume of punches. That's why that fight was fun. You know what I mean? Instead of just using the jab and setting some shit up. So, I mean, not everyone's Lennox Lewis or Klitschko where they use their height adequately. Just maybe that's how he was trained. His dad was a fighter. Who knows? Maybe his dad fought like that. I don't know. So, bottom line is this. That Robert Easter, Mikey's a good fight. And see, here's the last thing I'm going to say about that. The fans, like the people I just bodied in the hot seat, the people like Edgar Gonzalez and Aranda that I just showed you their comments and stuff. This is what I'm seeing, what they put in the comment section. Oh, Robert Easter will get fucking destroyed. Okay, maybe he does get destroyed. But I want to see it rather than you tell me about it. You feel me? Like, it's a fight. It's a unification. Winner gets a lot of credit. So why fight Lipinets if you will destroy Robert Easter? Why want more money for Robert Easter if you're gonna destroy him? Like, it don't make sense to me. That, oh, AJ will destroy Wilder. Okay, maybe he does. Let me see him destroy it so I can give him credit. It's that simple. Listen, James Leha, nobody cares what you talk about. You don't even have a YouTube default picture. Easter will lose, decision, or late KO. That's cool. Everybody has a prediction. I guarantee you there's some people that would say that Easter will get to Mikey. Nobody cares about that. We care about seeing this shit. Ego, I watched ES News yesterday and Mikey was 170. Do you think he can make 135 again? Honestly, I didn't see that. I didn't know he was 170. But that's his fault. If he balloons up like that, that's what he decides to do. But his team just said they don't want him going over 140, and they said they'll come back to 135 for Lomachenko. And they also said they want to fight Linares, who's his mandatory. So, I mean, that's up to him if he can comfortably make 135 and if he wants to get that high in between fights. So, you know what I mean? That's up to him. But his team recently said, in the last 2 weeks, go check YouTube, they said they'll come to 35 for Mikey. You know what I mean? I mean, for Loma. So, I mean, I'm going to take their word that they can make that. They've been doing it long enough. They know what he weighs and what he doesn't weigh and all that. But that's what I'm saying. Everyone has a fight prediction. Fuck all that. I want to see it. Look, here. Troy Hart-Tongue. Robert Easter would get pulverized. He looked really sloppy in the later rounds in his last fight against that small Russian, Shafikov. But anyway, he tried to make Shafikov. He just recently lost because he went down in weight. But Shafikov at that weight was giving everybody problems, including Rancis Bartholomew and Comey. So I said, let's see it. I said, Mikey got dropped by Rocky Martinez
Who gives a shit? Styles make fights. It's about what would happen when the two clash with each other.
Like, you know what I mean? I'm very throwback with it. Very throwback. Are you talking about Robert will get pulverized? Maybe he does, maybe he doesn't. Show me that. And like I said, I'm very consistent. Bob Arum said Lomachenko will make Mikey quit. I don't believe that either. So guess what the fuck I said? Let's see it. I told you, we on that 2018 shit. Let's see it. If Lomachenko can move up to 35 and make Mikey Garcia no mas, let's see it. All right, TDE is in the hot seat. TDE lover. He says, wow, Ego, you lied. Let's get it. What did I lie about? If you say something dumb, you're disqualified. Come on, TDE. What did I lie about now? Everybody type hot seat or put TDE. Or you could just put pussy. Where's TDE, man? Moderator, count to 15. If TDE has not responded, then just block him. He called me a liar, and we're all waiting for him. Slowly count to 15 to give him a fair shot. Slowly count to down from 15. And if TDE hasn't responded, he said I responded, bro. I didn't see it. Well, you better hurry up. My shooter's on deck. Angel counting you the fuck out right now. So you better copy and paste, figure it out, because I literally have been looking and I didn't see anything. He said, you said that Thurman's injury wasn't major, but Steven Espinoza just said Thurman's elbow surgery was major, and he's optimistic Thurman and Spence fight will happen this year. So what did I lie about? What are you talking about? What did I lie about? He says his injury was major. It didn't look like a major injury to me, or like a major surgery. I read up on the surgery, and it didn't look like it was like this massive, and he's had a lot of time. This happened in like August. You know what I'm saying? Listen, I said the surgery doesn't sound like a long ass, like if somebody gets in a car accident and their leg almost gets amputated. You know what I mean? Or like when Kell Brook got stabbed in the leg, they were talking about that. They were talking about Kell Brook might not be able to walk. So that's basically what I'm saying. Like major injury, I'm talking about something major where you can't come back for a long time. That type of shit. And from what I read up on Thurman's injury, it didn't sound major. So how did I lie? Because I gave my opinion. This is y'all be reaching. Yeah, I'm talking about the recovery time, which I just said. He said, no, you said it wasn't major, and you pointed to the fact that he was brawling in Nepal in the street as a backup point. Yeah, okay. You see, everybody type, you know you done fucked up. You know you done fucked up. I'm glad that you brought that up, because that is something I said. There's a video of I showed it even, Keith Thurman street boxing in Nepal. So, if Steven Espinoza, if this is so major, then how is he fucking fighting in the streets? So by bringing that up, you just reminded me of that whole sequence, and that just was your undoing. So once again, so you and Steven Espinoza, Keith Thurman say the recovery time is so major, but why is he street fighting? But I watched the video and Thurman didn't use his right arm at all. You sound desperate. Why would you listen? In case you decide to make a fake account and come back and probably say something else stupid so you get blocked, think about giving the other person ammunition. That was stupid for you to even bring up. Again, okay, so if a guy went to Iraq and did 2 tours or something and came back and his arm got fucking shot to hell, do you think 2 months later he's gonna be street fighting? You know what I'm saying? Let's say he boxed before. Do you think he's gonna be street fighting with one arm or whatever the fuck you're trying to say now? Well, okay, if he is, someone said maybe. Well, if he is, then that makes me question how major the surgery was then. So okay, so you want to get it? Listen, you're just making it worse. Someone said TDE says means those dumb excuses. That's a good acronym for him. Listen, so you're gonna get in a street fight, one armed, and really be like fighting with people. You think that you think that's a good look for you as a professional fighter? And you talking about you lied to us. So again, if it's a major surgery, like, okay, here's an example. My dad was playing football. He was in the Air Force or whatever. He's playing football, and he got the cleat, the guy's back of his cleat slit my dad's Achilles heel, right? Slit it, like, and he couldn't even walk and shit. So he had to have surgery on it, right? He was not out there because it was very serious injury. Think about your Achilles. Remember that movie Pet Sematary where that grandpa put his slippers on, the little boy's on the bed, and he like hit him with the scalpel on his Achilles? That's basically what happened with my dad's leg. And I promise you, 2-3 months later, he was not out there on the disco dancing with one leg, and you know what I'm saying? So you sound stupid. His Achilles got sliced. That is a major injury. You know what I'm saying? Think about that. Think about your Achilles. Look at David Hay. He's another person. His Achilles collapsed. He's injured. Oh my God. Now you're just getting bodied. Listen. Okay. Now you're getting fucking bodied. See, you were better off not bringing up the Nepal situation because I had forgot about that aspect of it. Then you brought it up, gave me ammunition to shoot you down. So David Hay, right? His Achilles collapsed when he fought Tony Bellew. Then he came back and he didn't fight for a minute. He was supposed to fight Tony Bellew in a rematch in December, right? In December, and he tweaked something in his arm, and he just now did an update the other day, and they pushed, he was supposed to fight in December. Listen, he was supposed to fight in December, and they pushed David Hay's fight until the week of Canelo Golovkin, Cinco de Mayo. So to me, that sounds like whatever surgery he had was pretty major. Pretty fucking major. Because why would you have to push it back from December to May of 2018? You just got bodied. You tried though. Y'all want me to zip him up? Y'all want me to zip him up? Yeah, I'm gonna zip this kid. David Hay, here's 6 weeks post-operation. 2018 18 is gonna be excited. So listen to him, he's documenting his injury.
It's 6 weeks, just gone 6 weeks since I had my bicep surgery, and the scar's healing well. All the tissue inside seems to be healing. I'm curling 25 pounds already, nice and slowly.
Okay, listen to way. Look how big this pause. Listen, look at how big this motherfucker is, right? A heavyweight, and he's talking about I'm curling 25 pounds slowly. I'm pretty sure he can curl more than 25 pounds, but obviously you have to wean yourself back on. You have to ease your way back into it.
Eccentrically, and it feels really nice. It's about 40% back to being where I wanted to be.
He said it's 40%.
It's a good place to be, and give it another month. I'll be punching it on full throttle. My extensions good. Everything's where it needs to be. So I'm happy and I'm working. I'm feeling good. 2018 it's going to be an entertaining year. Potentially my last year as a competitive athlete.
And he said it's going to
Be his last year as an athlete. And you notice he's doing shadow boxing shit. He ain't fighting no motherfucker. Let's vote. TDE gotta go. Totally disable everybody. Let's vote. If TDE got bodied, I'm not even reading what else he's putting because he had way more than 3 responses. Hey, one of my shooters want to get TDE, or y'all want me to get him? It's been a while since I caught a body. Well, actually, since I shot the body. See, my shooters like getting them. See, I can't even get to him because my shooters be getting to him. I can't believe that. He gonna give me ammunition to body him. Listen, if Keith Thurman, like I said, it didn't look that major to me. But again, if it's so major, why are you boxing in the street? That doesn't make sense to me. Like, you know what I'm saying? If you had a major, you can't come back from this type of injury. You know what I mean? When I think of the word major, I'm thinking of it's like, wow, that was like, you know what I mean? That was like some severe shit. Leroy Thomas said it was not that major. Yeah, man, these dudes. But see, and this is the thing. They always try to come for assassinate my character. I'm buying fake subs. I lied to everybody. You know what I'm saying? Comes with the territory, I guess. So anyway, what's next? How do you know Keith Thurman was street boxing? I'm just asking. Maybe because there's a video on the internet and I actually showed it in the past stream. So to answer your question, that's how I know. And see, and this is the other thing. That video's been out months now, I would say. So if that really wasn't him, you don't think Keith Thurman got wind of it? Like there's a video of Errol Spence Jr. street fighting with some big dude. You know what I'm saying? And I think if this really wasn't Errol Spence in the video and it really wasn't Thurman in the video, I'm pretty sure it would be they would have came out like, yo, that wasn't me. I don't know what the fuck y'all talking about. Do you think Devin Haney can beat Easter? I don't know about that. He says he wants it. If he wants it, I wouldn't mind watching it. But I haven't seen him fight anyone remotely as close to like an Easter, so it's hard to say. I've seen him spar in real life, and he was handling his business, but that was against a guy at the time who was still an amateur. The sparring I seen, but I heard he does his thing and holds his own. It's just hard to gauge. Kind of hard to gauge when I never seen him fight a Comey or, you know what I mean, Deion's Latitian. I don't really know. He looks like he's getting bigger though. You know what I mean? Like his size is like looks like he's developing and becoming like more of a man size. Like when I used to see him, he looked a lot smaller, but now he's like filling out more. But I like the ambition. Maybe he can do it. I don't know. I'm new to this live feed, but I heard a rumor Amir Khan wants to fight Thurman. Thurman's probably going to fight Jesse Vargas. I don't even think he would take an Amir Khan fight, because Khan does have a lot of speed. And like, if he doesn't get clipped, he has the ability to outbox you. Yeah, and I interviewed Floyd Mayweather Sr. and listen, Floyd Sr. is funny as fuck. Mayweather Sr. is funny as fuck. And I was interviewing him, and he was giving Devin Haney a lot of props. And the reason why that stuck out is because I seen certain guys, and he doesn't really give them a lot of props. Like, even like Broner, who's been around the TMT gym, he'd be like, man, Broner, man, looky here. And he wasn't giving Broner shit for credit. I haven't seen one interview with Floyd Sr. He wasn't even giving Tank that much credit, but he gives Devin Haney a lot of credit, so maybe he's seen something. Who has the better career, Haney or Stevenson? I don't know. I'm not gonna. Let's see it. I told you I'm on my 2018 shit. Let's see it. Nothing to talk about. That's just like saying to me, light heavyweight. Light heavyweight division is up for grabs. Badu Jack has a shot versus Adonis. Adonis has a shot versus Badu. You still got Kovalev, Bivol, Sullivan, Vodstick. I don't know who's the best, to be honest. The best way to find out is they all fight each other and eliminate the next person to move up. Super 6 style. Yeah, man. Oh, let me talk about, before I get out of here, Pacquiao and Mike Alvarado. On a scale of 0 to 10, how much do y'all want to see that fight? On a scale of 0 to 10, Pacquiao. Oh my gosh. Hey, y'all ruthless. Where's Easy E at? Y'all ruthless records. These comments are so funny. Excuse me. Wow. Wow, these comments. Y'all tripping. That's funny. Damn, someone said negatives. Listen, real Ego Army, stand up real quick. I gotta say this. I'm sick and tired of the fake boxing fans posing as real boxing fans. It's so bad. You know what I mean? And I'm gonna give you hold on. I need some more water. Fuck. Y'all got me choking. Oh my gosh. These comments are so funny. We got to get back to some real shit. Hey, let's see if we, before I get out of here, let's see if we can get to 200 likes. Smash the like button. Pacquiao should get it over with and file for bankruptcy. These fucking comments are hilarious. Listen. I'm gonna say my piece, man. Hey, there's Chris Espinoza. He says, I am sorry. Hey, Chris Espinoza, we've been looking for you. You lost the hot seat. You were a fugitive on the lam. Espinoza, I told y'all to, see, y'all didn't even tell me he was back in here. Since he was a fugitive on the run, I'm gonna let my shoot. Oh my gosh. I was about to say, I'll let my shooters decide, and then Jeffrey got him out of here. That's why the cookie crumbles. Someone said we found Chris. I almost spit this water all over my computer. Y'all are hilarious tonight. Oh my gosh. All right, I gotta say this. Fuck, y'all got me laughing. It's fucking hot with this fleece shit on. Hold on. I gotta say this. New media, old media. We gotta start calling out old media on the bullshit and the old media fans. Dude said I'm sorry. Hey, y'all gotta chill. These comments are too funny right now. Okay, I'm gonna be honest with you. And he was in here for a minute on the run. He had a disguise and everything. All right. And see, I'm glad Jeffrey got him out of here. Because he said, Ego, you're a fucking Mikey Garcia hater. He said something like that. Like, what? When I hate on Mikey, you know what I'm saying? Because I want to see him fight Robert Easter in a unification so I can give the winner credit. Oh, okay. But anyway, back to Pacquiao. Pacquiao's a good fighter. Hall of Famer for sure when he retires. Legend for sure. He's accomplished a lot. But listen, people. I'm sick of that old media shit. When certain fighters do X, Y, and Z, they blow it to gargantuan proportions, right? Gargantuan proportions, right? And then when somebody who's on the protected list does something even worse or more egregious, then they don't even report on that. They don't even say nothing on it. You know what I'm saying? Case in point. Mayweather chose to fight Andre Berto to Chris Espinoza will pop up at your house, Ego. Well, if anybody pop up at my house, then good luck leaving how you're supposed to leave. But anyway, let's see, that's what I'm saying. See, I'm from the Bay. We don't do like stupid shit. Somebody just got killed at the BART station in Oakland yesterday. Like, you know what I mean? So I don't really do petty threats and all that. But anyway,
when Mayweather chose to fight Berto to close out his Showtime contract, right? It was he ruined his old legacy. Why the fuck would he ever fight Berto, a 2-time former world champion? What has Berto done? Floyd just disgraced boxing. Same thing with Conor McGregor. We knew that was an entertainment fight and they were going to make a shit ton of money. Even the haters like the De La Hoya and Bernard Hopkins, who be cooning, they said the same thing. Oh, it's the worst. But they're like, hey, how much pay-per-view sales do you think it'd do? Oh, I don't really know. Yeah, of course you don't know. You know it's going to do good. That's what you do know. So anyway, Floyd disgraced him. And now Pacquiao might fight Mike Alvarado, which we have to wait and see. But I'm telling you, if you guys follow me, really fuck with the channel, other people are starting to talk about it now. I talked about this weeks ago because I have sources in Denver, and that's where Mike Alvarado is from. And they were telling me about it. I think I even put it in the live stream title. Does anyone, just for my real fans, does anyone remember that video, that live stream I did where I was talking about Pacquiao fighting Alvarado? And I was like, if he fights Alvarado, he might as well just hang him up. Was anyone there for that? Shout out to Oscar. No one watches you. All right, we got to get Manuel Garcia out of here. He said no one watches you, but your dumbass is in here watching me right now. You lose. Blocked. See, when y'all say stupid shit like that, you just have to get bodied. Hey, man, no one watches you, but you're on here right now watching me. I didn't solicit you. I didn't send a link to your Twitter and say, hey, click on this. He talking about no one watches you, but you look at the monthly views. Look at the coverage. Look at the views on the video. Like, you guys just say stupid shit. Point blank period. Anyway, yeah, they said Floyd disgraced the boxing world and these fucking circus fights, and Floyd only cares about money. He doesn't care about his legs. This is what old media was saying, right? Even though he had just beat Pacquiao. And look who Pacquiao has fought in recent memory. Let's be real. Brandon Rios, a 140-pounder who struggles with making weight, never fought at 47, coming off a loss to Mike Alvarado, moved him up. Chris Algieri, who barely got past Ruslan Provodnikov and was a kickboxer. Jesse Vargas, stylistically a fight that, you know what I mean, he probably wasn't going to win. Bradley, a third time no one wanted to see because Pacquiao won the first two. But Pacquiao always gets maximum amount of excuses made. He can fight Mike Alvarado. He's a legend. Let him fight whoever. He's a legend. So Floyd ain't a legend? It only works for certain legends, huh? Even though that Floyd beat the other legend. You know what I'm saying? Crazy. But I'm gonna show you. I did a video about this. This what I'm talking about, man. I'm gonna show y'all this shit. Ruben Crespo, decent fight. And he put this immediately. And I said, how is it decent? What is the last Alvarado fight you watched from start to finish? And then people are laughing and stuff. Man, this fight is whack as hell. I hope Mike sleeps his ass. I guess he didn't want that horn work. You see me. These motherfuckers be lying like hell. Floyd said Andre Berto, Kareem Mayfield. He picked Berto, and they about lost their minds. Floyd picks Conor McGregor, they lost their mind. Pacquiao picks Mike Alvarado at age 37 with no recent named wins, and it's a decent fight. Y'all gotta be real with yourselves. Like, what's decent about it? And I was actually at Mike Alvarado's last fight, and guess what? He was getting outboxed. He did have a vicious knockout, but he was losing. Go watch it. It was on the Crawford and Dongo undercard. Listen, if he fights Mike Alvarado, to me, there's not really much excuse for that. There's not. He should retire.
legend or not. You know what I'm saying? But see, that's what I'm saying. Where's ESPN's Dan Rayfield talking about, hey, I heard he might fight Mike Alvarado. You know what I'm saying? And putting out these little tweets. He said Ward versus Brand was the biggest piece of sewage he'd ever seen. So what's Pacquiao versus Alvarado? You know what I'm saying? Listen, I said it. Pacquiao, if he wants money, like just legend, do a GoFundMe account like that little boy that was getting bullied, Keaton. Why do these bullies do a GoFundMe account? You know what I mean? I'm sure some fans would probably donate and shit. But Mike Alvarado, like, honestly, I'm gonna ask a question. I'm gonna ask you a question, and I want to see the people come up with it, and I'm gonna say it, everybody, so we know the rules of the game. Immediately after the question leaves my mouth, I want to see you guys immediately respond. Immediately respond. The reason being is because you guys have devices and computers, so I don't want you to Google, go to BoxRec or whatever and check. Cool? Everybody cool? Everybody get the rules. As soon as I ask the question, I want you guys to instantly answer the question as soon as possible, so we'll know who knows what without having to anyone cheat. All right, on the count of 3, 3, 2, 1. Name 1 or 2 of Mike Alvarado's last 4 opponents. Go. Name 1 or 2 of Mike Alvarado's last 4 opponents. 1 or 2. Go. 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 Rios, nope, that wasn't in his last 4 fights. Salido, none. I can't. Beats me. Don't know. Julios, I don't know who that is. Salido. Marquez wasn't in the last 4 fights. I lost already. Cheaters. Paper bag. Look, now, right about this time, someone's gonna box record and start saying like, oh, like Julio Sanchez, you know what I mean? Something they just read off BoxRec. Right about now, 3, 2, 1, because this is about enough time for people to check. Michael Montgomery, like, who the fuck is that? Like, you just knew that? I asked him about his last loss. You know what I'm saying? I said, name 1 of his last 4 opponents. See, that's the thing. Y'all don't even know what cards he was on or nothing. So how's this a good fight? And I'm not even trying to roast Mike Alvarado. I'm just saying that fight in 2014 would have been cool. But since that, last big name he fought, he lost to, and I was there. I covered that fight as media. That was the 3rd Brandon Rios fight. Before that, he lost to Marquez. Before that, he lost to Ruslan Provodnikov. So, you know what I mean? It's just, it is what it is. And to me, like I said, Lucas Matisse, that's a good opponent. He's fighting this month, but maybe if he wins, he could fight. Pacquiao would be able to fight the winner by April. I don't know. You know what I mean? Or like, who's the guy that just knocked out Jamal Jones or whatever, that just knocked out Diego Chavez? Something like that. Luis Collazo. Andre Berto. I would much rather, even though Berto's coming off a loss and a decent sized layoff, I literally, even though people hated when Floyd fought him, I literally would rather see Berto in there with Pacquiao than Mike Alvarado. Has Mike Alvarado won at welterweight? Has he had any major wins or any wins at welterweight? Like a name win? You know what I mean? Felix Diaz. Crawford beat the shit out of him. I wouldn't mind Pacquiao fighting him. If I'm saying if I had it over Mike Alvarado. Matisse is a welterweight now. Broner. You know what I mean? So that's just my opinion. But once again, people will make Amir Khan. Amir Khan ain't been in the ring for like all of 2017. But they used to spar. I would rather see that. I would rather see Pacquiao, Amir Khan. So I mean, Konstantin Ponomarev. I'd rather see that shit than Mike Alvarado. At least he's undefeated. I don't know how good he is, but he's at least undefeated and in shape when he gets ready for a fight. So that's that. Shit, Provodnikov, anything like that. Man, there was an earthquake at 3 in the morning out here. That shit was weird. But anyway, that's the stream. Thank y'all for coming, tuning in, the engagement. We had some laughs. We had some good shit this one. Stay tuned to the channel. Hit the subscribe button. Shout out to my moderators. I'm about to get out of here. Peace out, y'all.